male anaitaka roho ndani. Skizi ni fani kila mtu nipenda na shindo ndarodo nani. Ndio na majabu siku nilikuja kurukwa na monani. Alikuwa bazu saini suba yo what happened. Hatuko category same. Sina nguvu ya kunego mabei. Natumia pesa ndio sinitumia hampati kwa simu ni text. Hii kapenguria 3 hatulali mkitumia wadhi. Hii kapenguria 3 hatulali mkitumia wadhi. Ukiona rende unakuwa mless, utakatwa makende uko stress. And we at your doorstep, roll with the niggas that talk less. Bang ni rapa metokea juzi anataka collabo I want sex. Preacher anasema niko possess, mambango anasema nikode.
Alina morning kama feras chunga, tangan kama gera vinina dunga shandenga stenga vigilant tutakupenda. Niko madrama whatever, niko magucci prada dada nigro niko zozote nitafefa. Alina morning kama feras chunga, tangan kama gera vinina dunga shandenga stenga vigilant tutakupenda. Niko madrama whatever, niko magucci prada dada nigro niko zozote nitafefa. Alina morning kama feras chunga, tangan kama gera vinina dunga. Big up my team, big up myself, jeshi ya rhyme gym. Tuliwa sosi, walikulwa, kwanza walikuwa menda gym. Kama ni gom nimetusi, confuse confidence na impunity. Njua nga baruti, I'm the bomb, suspect ya through security. Marunde ni kanja, why? Manzo medunga, ushakuwa fine. Mapema ndo best, but ikifika kulipa deni, that's why you draw the line. Maza, Mr. Miyagi, munga ni master. Adam show if nyamaza, ni aje snake ikaleta Eden Hazard. Ina ni bamba, niko shughuli mjini. Unadai kuilamba, na vile hii mwiko mepitia sufuria mingi. Radi mtaji ya kwanza ilikuwa tukishikaza na ilikuwa nipesi ya mzazi. Ya sasa, hiyo ndo plesani, I was circumcised. Alina morning kama feras chunga, tangan kama gera vinina dunga shandenga skenga vigilante sitakupenda. Niko madrama whatever, niko magu
Abdurrahman, shout out to you, man. Newton Waniki, Blueprint, everybody, man, welcome. This is the Sports Arena Show
on the Black Hot Fire Network, the media of the 21st century.
Yeah, which was the one and only, yours truly, the one and only Camlish,
the young Black King Dimore.
Yeah, and we'll be having a sports roundup today where we'll be starting with last night's Champions League games where some upsets were experienced. Huh?
Major upsets.
Some people went home crying, others went home happy. Which one are you? Which one are you? Where did you end up last night? We saw Real Madrid pull off something amazing.
Jude Bellingham.
Yeah?
Jude Bellingham.
He plays for them. He plays for them. So before any further ado, let's put ourselves on the cameras. Dunga. Yeah. Much better.
Early morning to Comadela.
Chunga.
I love the Kenyan version of drill and people.
Right? It's amazing. And Wakadinali are just running away with it.
Man.
You know. But anyway, speaking of running away with things, let's start with your team before we get to the rest.
My team expected us to beat Galatasaray.
Okay.
And I'm gonna say this, although I know many United fans will not agree with me. We played well.
Okay.
There is very little to complain about that game. From save for individual errors, you know. If you look at the team, the team had a style of play, you know. We were no longer only depending on what we do, transitional football. No, we were playing possessive football. And that's a thing that I have to mention on that, you know. If you look at the players that we are criticizing, for example, Amrabat was very poor yesterday.
Yes.
Poor. But then if you look at, he's playing out of position, you know.
True.
And you have to remember that. And you have to remember that this is not even the preferred 11 that the manager wants to play with. But if I say that, I'll be making excuses for the manager, you know. That's true. But yesterday, I've been watching United games and we won against Wolves. And I told you that I never liked that game. though we won.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Mhm.
because it's not just about winning. You can't scrap results for the whole season.
Okay.
You are gonna get found out somewhere. So
Mhm.
yesterday we played well. If Onana passed that ball the way he was supposed to, then we win that game.
Okay.
Yeah, so we'll be talking about a different thing right now if it was not for a few individual errors, you know.
So, starting with Onana, should Manchester United have changed keepers in the summer?
Yeah, you know, the fact that Onana is not working doesn't mean that De Gea was a good keeper.
Taking into fact that he was the Golden Glove winner with 17 clean sheets, the best clean sheet record at home in the league, and you get rid of that keeper, and you bring in a keeper that has shipped in 18 goals in 10 games.
But if you are talking about individual mistakes,
Mhm.
I can read you about 20 De Gea mistakes from last season, you know.
Mm-hmm.
If you want, I'm gonna read them to you
Okay.
so that you get what I'm talking about.
Okay.
So it's true Onana is not working for United. He might work later, he might not, I don't know. But right now he's not working for United.
Mhm.
But that doesn't mean that De Gea was
The better option.
the better option, you know.
Because as we look at the Group A, which has Bayern, Galatasaray, Copenhagen, and Man United in that order, with Bayern having won 2, Galatasaray having won 1, drawn 1, Copenhagen having lost 1, drawn 1, and Manchester United still winless in the Champions League. For the first time in their history, they have lost their first 2 opening games in the Champions League.
So let me read a few mistakes for you so that you just get the context of what I mean, that when I say no Onana mistake will have to justify that De Gea didn't have to go.
Mhm.
You know, as a team we needed a ball playing goalkeeper,
Mm-hmm.
but we forgot to look for ball playing goalkeeper who can save. So for example, he gave away a goal in the opening goal in the Europa League,
Mm-hmm.
and Nasri, if you can remember.
Mm-hmm.
He let Benrahma shot through his hand.
Shoot through his hand.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was a shot. There was the Connor Cody goal. I mean, I can go about 20 goals. You know, there's the Saint Maxim ahead. There's the Joey locked up in. Like, he literally had like 20 mistakes just last season alone.
Mm-hmm.
Is Onana an upgrade on of De Gea on De Gea? I don't think so.
Okay. Do you think he's a downgrade of De Gea?
It's too early to judge, but according to the games that he's played,
Because I saw a comparison.
Mhm.
I saw a comparison of their first 10 games of each in Manchester jerseys, and De Gea shipped in 17 goals with 2 clean sheets in his first 10 games. Okay. Onana has shipped in 18 goals with 3 clean sheets.
And the only reason I'll disagree with you on that is
Mm-hmm.
what I told you earlier of air.
Mm-hmm.
If you look at De Gea was 20 years old back then.
Okay.
He had the ceiling, not yet in his prime,
Mm-hmm.
young player developing, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But when you buy a 27-year-old goalkeeper,
Mm-hmm.
you are expecting, your expectation is that you are buying a finished product, you know.
Okay.
You are not coming to develop a 27-year-old goalkeeper. So that's the only thing that I can say about De Gea's first years at United and Onana's first season at United.
So as we look at the game's stats for both teams, yeah, we see Manchester United had 16 shots to Galatasaray's 14, with 5 shots on target to Galatasaray's 4, with a 55% possession to Manchester United and 45% for Galatasaray, with 459 passes having been made by Manchester United and Galatasaray 386, with a 75% accuracy. Just imagine. This is why I don't understand what you mean when you say we played well. With a pass accuracy of 75%.
Man, we had Bruno on the field. That explains like 15% of that.
So, We also see a pass accuracy of 69% for Galatasaray. 13 fouls by Man United to 16 by Galatasaray. One
14
yellow.
fouls.
Yes, 13 to
11 or
Galatasaray
by
16.
11 or by Amrabat. Trust me.
That man was he was getting skinned on that
You know,
thing.
Amrabat at left back is not working.
It is not. That's why we need Reguilon back as soon
Is he
as
back?
possible. He's so as per reports, he is not training with the team, but he's been doing individual training on the grass, which is a very big positive considering that he had a hamstring injury. And this is something that worries me. I feel like we are rushing players from injury too much. But as I
Why did
continue,
we let what is this Real Madrid left back?
Alvaro, no, the Fernandes boy,
Right.
he needed development. Look, keeping him will not have been good for his career. The same thing we should have done with Pelistri. We should have loaned out Pelistri. Okay? He shouldn't even be
To a
here.
good Premier League club though.
Yes, like a club like instead of Brighton going to get Ansu Fati, we could have given them Pelistri.
And
Or-
paid his salary.
Or even better yet, name me a team that is struggling for a winger.
And that say Chelsea.
Well, no. Never help a direct rival.
Chelsea are actually back.
Of course they are.
We were talking about the game. Did we talk about the Fulham game?
The Broja and Mudrik.
Yeah, Mudrik.
Mhm.
And Mudrik has been playing well for the past few starts, and it was only the goal that was missing.
Mhm.
And he got it.
Mhm.
And now his confidence is up there.
Mhm.
And he's going to prove why he was bought for 100 million. So I think he will do. Oh, he got injured, man. What bad timing. You score your first goal.
And then you get injured.
Man, that's so sad for him.
But as we continue with
Teams that are playing in Europe,
yes,
big teams.
we saw Manchester United get one yellow card to Galatasaray's one red card for Casemiro.
Courtesy of Onana.
Yes, it is everything happening wrong in Manchester's game right now is Onana.
True.
Okay, 4 offside for Manchester United to 0 by Galatasaray. 9 corners to Galatasaray's 3 corners. And we have Lando Winter in the building saying, "Greetings, family. What's up, Camlish? Yeah, I'm doing good, man. We're talking about the Champions League. Did you watch the Champions League last night? Tell us who you support in the Champions League this year, or what team you support in Europe, and are they actually in the Champions League? Please tell me you're not a Chelsea fan." But we saw Wilfred Zaha.
Like you said,
Mhm.
you said Zaha.
Of course. Højlund scored in the 17th minute to give Manchester United the lead.
Good assist by Rashford. A very good assist.
And then Wilfred Zaha came in to haunt us, barely. That was 6 minutes later.
That's what
on the
always
23rd
happens.
minute.
That's
Okay.
the new norm.
Yes, on the 23rd minute, Wilfred Zaha called me a prophet, came back to haunt us.
Courtesy of Dalo.
And then on the 67th minute, Højlund put us
Ahead.
ahead again with his second goal of the night.
Solo goal.
And then Mohamed Karim Akitoglu, I don't know,
Whoever that is.
whatever that is, on the 71st minute, realize that 71st from 67 to 71. And then Icardi put them in front on the 81st minute.
I even, when we score, I get worried. You know, before we
Of
score,
course.
I'm always relaxed.
Mhm.
But the moment we score, that's a goal.
Of course, because the trend has been the mistakes are made when we are ahead. And Onana is the mistake that is made.
Lindelof too is not being. He's a good player, great player, out of form right now.
Okay?
If you look at yesterday's goals, you know,
Mm-hmm.
almost all of them he was out of position.
Because, let me tell you something. Because the manager expects the keeper to play a certain way, of which his level of confidence right now is not allowing him to play in that manner. He should have come out for the third goal, right? The second goal shouldn't even have happened.
Man, the first one not his fault.
Okay. Because at this rate, I don't see us playing Europe next year. Onana might cost Ten Hag his job.
Man, that would be so sad. Because Ten Hag is a good manager.
A good manager is only as good as his last game. That is how many games beaten on the bounce. 3.
I lost count, man.
We've lost.
We get beaten every day.
We've played 10 games, we've lost 5.
On Brighton News,
Mhm.
Arsenal lost.
Arsenal lost after
Joby's Arsenal was thrashed by a useless team.
Lens
Lens.
from France. And just to make the situation even worse for Arsenal, Saka came off
Injured.
injured.
I've seen that script before. I'm not falling for that.
Really?
I'm not falling for that.
You think the
Are they playing City on the weekend?
Nah, we shall check. We shall check. who
I've
they're
seen
playing
that
on the
script
weekend.
before, man.
Uh-huh.
I'm not riding that.
Mind games.
I'm not. He was injured this season, you know. There's another game that he was injured, and I even sold him
On your
my
fantasy Premier League.
FPL.
Uh-huh.
And then he just turns up, man.
Pulled up once
And
again.
scores. I've seen that script before. Let me see. If they are playing City,
Yes.
then I've seen that before. Let
The
me
script
see.
is written.
Let me see who Arsenal are playing over the weekend. City. Sunday, 8th October.
They will be playing Manchester City.
Man, I've seen this before.
Yeah?
This looks familiar. Arteta, I am familiar with that.
I've never seen the Spider-Man meme.
We are gonna get beaten by City either way,
Okay.
no matter what they do.
Because preferably, City have not been playing that well as well. The injury to
They
De
might
Bruyne.
lose today. They might lose today.
Who are they actually playing today? We'll be telling you that. But to give you the stats of the Lens versus Arsenal game, Arsenal was away. Lens had 10 shots to Arsenal's 11, 3 on target to Arsenal's 6. They had a possession of 33% to Arsenal's 67. They made passes, 338 passes to Arsenal's 703, with a 78% pass accuracy to Arsenal's 89. You see why I tell you the 75 of Manchester is not elite in
That's-
whatsoever form or
This
shape.
is a point that we disagree with you a lot of times. You know, personally, Arsenal lost, but honorably. You know, they can raise their head high and say, we lost that game, but we played well. You know,
Okay.
I would rather that than scrap wins.
I'd rather win.
Nah, I don't want to
Look,
scrap wins.
I'd
It's
rather win.
unreliable. Tottenham has been doing that the whole of their history. Scrapping wins.
Look, you know Tottenham is still unbeaten.
Right now, they're not scrapping wins. They might win something.
Big Ange is cooking. Okay?
Kamlesh wants to scrap wins. Play haram football.
I
score
want
goals.
want to
No,
win.
no, no, no.
The point is winning.
You know,
If we are
one thing is,
winning,
if you play beautiful football, you are gonna win.
Mhm.
Somehow you are gonna win. You're not gonna win all games, but you are gonna win.
Okay.
Possession, passes, style of play, shots on target.
Okay.
One of them will.
Okay,
Yeah,
so Lens had 8 fouls to Arsenal's 10, 1 yellow card each, 0 red cards, 4 offsides for Lens, 0 for Arsenal, 3 corners for Lens, and 5 for Arsenal. So as per now, the Group B standings look like this. Lens is first with 4 points. Arsenal is second with 3 points. Sevilla is third with 2 points, and PSV is bottom or fourth with 1 point.
That's a tough group.
Very tough group.
What do you think of that group?
I think Arsenal might not leave the group. Yes. I think it will
Who are
be
they playing next? PSV?
Sevilla.
Ah, man. They're gonna beat Sevilla. I
Are you
just
sure?
remember this is the Champions League. Sevilla are here for a short time, not a long, for a good time, not
Not
a long time.
time.
Yeah.
Okay. The scorers of the game were Adrian Thomason and Elie Wahi.
Who scored for Arsenal?
For Arsenal, it was Gabriel Jesus.
Shout out to that Brazilian.
Yeah, been playing amazing football. But in my opinion, it must have been a bad night for Arsenal for them to lose this game. And I think they're going to respond accordingly without
That's why
the
you can't hear
banter.
Arsenal fans complain.
Without the banter coming into effect, I think they're going to make it out of the group just to not get into the Europa League. As we continue, we also saw Union Berlin play Braga. Braga winning 3-2.
Against
Union Berlin.
man, you are wrong.
We were wrong. You know, and Portuguese teams are always the dark horses of the Champions League for the last, not always, Portuguese teams for the last 3 years have always been the dark horses. Yeah, they come out of nowhere to actually go really deep into the Champions League. Not like that, but yeah, they go really far into.
Not like that.
Union Berlin.
But they do well.
Yeah, Becker scored for Union Berlin on the 30th and 37th minute, but only to see Braga come with Niakate on the 41st minute, Bruma on the 51st minute, and Castro on the 90+4. End time. Okay, ni kama hii ni Jehovah Witnesses. It's in almost full time, and Andre Castro comes out with the win for Braga to give them all the points. So in that group, we also saw Real Madrid play Napoli and to come out with a 3-2 win. Did you watch this game?
Of course not. I was watching a different game.
Okay.
But I was following the highlights, and I know Bellingham did the most Bellingham thing. And I agree with what you said yesterday. This is one of the best, if not the best, young midfielder
He's the
in the
best
world right now.
young midfielder for the next 10 years.
De Jong, come outside.
De Jong is old. He's 28, 27.
24.
No, De Jong is 26 plus. You can't tell me he's 24.
He's young
No.
at heart.
No. So Real Madrid were playing Napoli with Leo Stisgard scoring the first goal only for on the 19th minute, only for Vinicius Junior to come out with a response on the 27th minute, giving Real Madrid the equalizer, and then one Jude Bellingham on the 34th minute receives the ball.
And Bellingham's.
And Bellingham through Napoli's entire midfield and defense and puts in a goal.
Man.
And then in the 54th minute, Napoli was awarded a penalty, which Zelinski. I've heard that name somewhere.
Zelensky is playing football now.
I thought he was a comedian
Hey, I thought he was a beggar.
of arms.
Beggar at arms.
And then
Shout out to the beggar.
to the beggar. And then on the 78th minute, due to some amazing football on Real Madrid's part, an own goal was scored by Alex Merritt to give Real Madrid a 3-2 win over Napoli. They both had 18 shots on target, with Napoli 18 shots in the game, with Napoli having 7 shots on target to Real Madrid's 5, and Napoli controlling the game with a 51% possession to Real Madrid's 49. Real Madrid had the most passes with 515 to 506 to Napoli. 90% pass accuracy for Napoli. You see, elite passing is not 75%. And that is actually a benchmark of how you know how good a team is, how good they can keep the ball, how accurate are their passes. That is a very big factor to tell you that your team is good.
What do you make of this group? And
Well,
who's making it out of the hood?
Napoli and Madrid. Everybody else goes home. Okay,
Who's everybody else?
Union Berlin might make it. No, Braga.
Europa.
Braga.
I'll root for Union Berlin.
Union Berlin have lost both their first 2 games in the Champions League.
Second half FC.
Second phase FC. Okay. In my opinion, I see Braga making it into the Europa League and Union Berlin getting dumped out of Europe. In the current state of Group A, if we don't win our next game in the Champions League, I'd love to see us lose every game in our group so that we can be. No, we'll go into the Conference League.
Nah, you go home to your family. Number 4 goes home.
Really? Thank God. Let's stay there.
I also don't want to go back to Europa, man.
Who wants the Europa League?
It's gonna be
Nobody
embarrassing.
wants Europa League football, man.
I've been bantering Liverpool all over, man.
And then Real Sociedad battered RB Salzburg 2-0 with Oyarzabal scoring on the 7th minute and Mendes on the 27th. They kept a 53% possession to Salzburg's 47. 485 passes made to Salzburg's 431. 11 shots to Salzburg with Real Sociedad having 15. And Salzburg, out of 11 shots, had only 1 on target to Sociedad's 5. So the group looks like this so far. Real Sociedad are on top with 4 points due to goal difference. Inter is second with 4 points. Salzburg is third with 3 points, and Benfica is fourth with 0 points. What do you think of that group?
Well, Sociedad, you know, one thing is with these Spanish teams, I don't like it.
Because they always beat Manchester United.
Nah, they play haram football.
Okay.
They're gonna score and you know how they play. They're gonna waste time for 40 minutes, you know.
Man,
So I've never been a fan of Spanish teams.
when they are ahead, the amount of drama that will be on that pitch,
Man, look at Atletico games, man.
so boring.
It suck.
It's so boring to watch.
Yeah,
And that is
sad.
something I love about Real Madrid. They don't resort to those tactics. Their tactics are different. Their tactics are, we will kick you now. You know, we are ahead. We will kick you now. You cannot tell us anything. You're experiencing these kicks. This is the Sergio Ramos era. And
So, for Salzburg, of course, they were the weaker team. We predicted that they were going to get beaten.
Okay.
Our prediction was right.
Yes.
And I'm looking at the social that the Salzburg squad.
Yes. They actually
Nobody
lost.
convincing me here.
So they actually lost their star striker in the summer to Leipzig. What is his name?
I don't know.
The boy that was replaced Haaland in Salzburg. But anyway,
This is a tough group. But we'll see how it goes. I'm
What do you
rooting for
mean?
Sociedad.
What do you mean we'll see?
We'll see how it goes. Because as I said, I'm not a fan of Spanish team. Yeah.
Okay, so moving on from the Spanish teams
That I don't like.
to Italian and Portuguese teams, where we saw Inter win 1-0 to Benfica, with Marcus Thuram scoring in the 62nd minute.
Let's
And
talk about Thuram.
Exactly. That is what I was going to do. And let me say this. This is where And I'm gonna be selfish for a minute and talk about my club. I'm gonna be very selfish. Okay, very, very selfish. Thuram was a free transfer.
Was he free?
Yes. And nobody from Manchester United went like, hey, let's get Thuram as backup.
Just a squad player.
Just a squad player. Let's get him. Because I'm sure if you'd offered him a fair salary, he'd have taken it. It's not like Inter are swimming in money.
Sure.
We can even pay better than Inter currently. But what do you mean that the football... John Mutter should be fired basically by his decision not to strengthen the defense.
Just
and
for
to
not signing Thuram, he should be fired.
He should be fired. Okay. How do you go into a season, okay, with Maguire and Ramos was a free agent?
Man.
You should have gotten Ramos as another body just in there. The way Chelsea did with Thiago Silva. And he ended up adapting to the league so well, he's actually a star defender.
But he says they signed Evans.
Right?
They signed Evans.
You're comparing Evans to
that's
Sergio
Ramos' money went to Evans. That's what I mean.
That is why I say John Mutter needs to lose his job as soon as we get new ownership.
So on this group, man, this has to be the toughest group in the Champions League. With Benfica, Salzburg, Inter, and Sociedad. Inter making it out of the hood. I can assure you that. Drawn 1-1-1. Sociedad, I'm not sure.
Drawn 1-1-1. With them being first, okay, in the group with a goal difference of 2 to Inter's 1.
Are you rating Benfica this campaign?
No.
They did well last
Yes,
campaign.
but they sold too many players for them to be able to compete in Europe. They can compete domestically, but in Europe that's a whole other different case. Yes.
So for this group, I'm going with Inter and Sociedad. Benfica, Europa League. Salzburg, go home to your family.
Okay. Na mtuambie watu wote wa TikTok, which team do you support, and are you in the Champions League or are you Chelsea and Liverpool? Because that is a very sad affair, coming from a team that has not won a single Champions League game. You know. Kiburi.
Was there another game?
Of
No.
course.
Was there?
Yes. Just a minute.
PSV Sevilla, we already talked about that.
There was
There was today's
PSV
game.
Sevilla, which we didn't talk about, which was a 2-2 draw, and Bayern versus Copenhagen, where they came back from a goal down to win 2-1. So
Courtesy of this, what is the name of this new youngster?
Musiala,
Now there's this new youngster that scored against us.
Matthias Tell.
Yeah, that's a talent right there.
And literally, in the current Champions League draw, in this group, you're witnessing the value of giving youngsters game time. Because the scorers for this game were not the big names. It was not Nabri, it was not Sane.
Youngsters.
It was youngsters like Yamal Musiala and Matthias Tell, who are all basically still teenagers. Musiala doesn't even have a beard yet.
Young kids.
Young kids still playing amazing football and winning games. Remember what Ryan Giggs was. Everybody knew Ryan Giggs was special. Everybody. And they gave him game time. And the one thing I want to see Ten Hag change, kitu moja, play players on form alone. No favoritism. No favoritism should exist in that club. But anyway, Bayern won 2-1 courtesy of two youngsters. So they are on top of the group. with 6 points. Galatasaray is second with 4 points. Copenhagen is third with 1 point. And Manchester United is fourth with 0 points.
Shout out to Manchester United
With 0 points.
with 0 points.
With a goal difference of -2.
I assure you, brethren, your treasure is in heaven. Happy are those who suffer in the hands of Onana.
PSV held Sevilla to a 2-2 draw with Luke de Jong getting a penalty in the 86th minute, and they came back from 2 goals down. Actually, no, they came back from a goal down with Goudet, I can't, Nemanja scoring on the 68th minute.
That was the PSV game.
Yes. And then Luke de Jong scored a penalty in the 86th. And
Hey,
then
I never watched this game. You mean PSV was 2 goals down by
Yes.
the 86th minute?
yes.
Man, I want to see this fighting spirit in my team, but then I remember I employ Rashford and I feel like watching NFL.
Feel like going to watch the Bucks.
And Bruno, a person who, man,
Oh man,
they
but
don't,
anyway,
we don't have a fighting spirit.
none, 0. But tonight we'll see Atletico playing Feyenoord, where if history serves me right, Atletico should win that game. What do you think?
What game is that? Atletico.
Feyenoord.
I know Feyenoord from Netherlands, and I'm thinking now, which player did we get from Feyenoord? Was it
Malacia.
and Madueke was from PSV. So for this game, I'm
Wait.
going,
Madueke is not a Manchester United player.
but he is in the Premier League.
You said we got
We
from-
as the Premier League.
Come on.
So for this game, I'm going with Atletico. They're
Mhm.
gonna score a goal and then they're gonna annoy the shit out of Feyenoord for 90 minutes.
So
I'm
we,
giving them about 50% win, 54% win probability.
the lineups are already out.
Hey,
because
the game is
at
in a few
7:45. Yes,
Alright,
the game is
alright.
starting at 7:45.
Mhm.
So we have Atletico lining up in a 4-3-5-2 formation. Jan Oblak at goal, as Piliqueta, Witzel and Hermoso is the defenders, the back 3. Molina and Lino is the full backs. And then Saul, Koke and Raul de Paul will be the midfield 3. And Griezmann and Morata will be the split strikers. PSV have gone with a 4-3-3 formation, with a back 4 of Hartmann, Hanko, Turner, and Grietrida, with a very tough name for a goalkeeper, Wellenruther. And their midfield will be
Shout
made
out to Luther.
Uh,
I'm rooting for you, brother.
their midfield will be made up of Timber, Zeruki, and Wefa. And their
Different
front,
timber.
different timber from the one that is timbering at Arsenal. And we see them with a front 3 of Pixao, Weda, and Stengs.
Wed actually looks like Mitoma.
Really? They're
Yeah.
both Japanese.
I don't know, but Weda, let me look for a picture of Weda. Weda
Okay.
is a mini Mitoma.
Mini Mitoma.
Yeah.
Okay, so Atletico should actually win this game comfortably, in my opinion. And the managers for both
There is
teams are.
Weda. To the TikTok fans.
Yeah, they should both talk to their dads.
Yeah.
Maybe they have the same dad and they don't know. But Diego Simeone is the manager of Atletico, and Slot is the manager of Feyenoord. So we will get to see the anti-football tactics of Diego Simeone versus the football-loving country that is Netherlands, that loves playing positive football. And Antwerp versus Shakhtar Donetsk will be playing at 7:45 as well. And the lineups are out. Who do you have winning in this game?
I said
This is Antwerp versus Shakhtar Donetsk.
I've never watched. I've watched Shakhtar play.
Uh-huh.
But the other team,
Never.
with the other name, never watched a single. You know, I would be lying if I told you I've watched a game of Antwerp.
Yeah.
Have you?
Once or twice.
Shout out to Antwerp. Let me look at their lineups.
So Shakhtar Donetsk line up in a 4-3-3 formation with Riznik at goal, Azarovi as the left
Riznik
back,
with the Riz at goal.
Rititsky at left centre back.
Matvienko.
Matvienko is the right centre back, and Konoplia is the right back for this team.
Their midfield is made up of Sudakov, Harry Sudakov.
Yes.
The H must be Harry.
So Sudakov, Stepanenko, and Nazarina.
And their attack is made up of Kriskiv, Sikan, and Zubkov.
Yes.
I'm rooting for Kriskiv to score. He must score. There's no way your name is Kriskiv and you're not scoring goals. Kriskiv will score tonight. I'll remind you tomorrow.
And Antwerp have a lineup of 4-1-4-1, which sees Butters at hey, come on, Butters. Butters at the being the goalkeeper, Batil at right side, the right back. Alderweireld is the right-sided centre back. Koulibaly is the left-sided centre back.
They have their own version of
Koulibaly, man.
This one must be Simon Koulibaly or something.
And then Vindal is the left
Van
back.
Dijk version.
Yes. And then Keita,
The Keita, the Keita.
the Keita is
This one is Mabi Keita. It's M.
yes,
Yeah.
is playing as the holding midfielder,
Shout out to Keita.
where they'll be playing a midfield of 3 midfielders, 2 wingers, and a singular striker. So the midfield will be made up of Vermeeren, which is a player that even Manchester United has been scouting, and then Eklankamp
They
will be
they even have a midfielder by the name of Balikwisha.
Balikwisha is actually the winger.
He's a winger.
Yes, and Muja is also left-sided.
Shout
winger.
out to Muja. It will be an interesting game watching Muja playing against Konoplia. You know, and it will be Konoplia.
Konoplia, who do you think will win in that
The battle, the Muja Konoplia battle will be legendary. The Muja Konoplia battle will be legendary.
And it will be a battle that will determine who wins this
The
game.
game.
Yes. And then their striker for Antwerp is Janssen.
Janssen, I know.
So do you have Antwerp or Shakhtar Donetsk winning this game?
Shakhtar wins this game for me.
By how many goals?
Narrow.
Okay. So Antwerp are managed by Van Leeuwen.
Shout out to Van Leeuwen.
And no, that is actually Shakhtar Donetsk. It's by Van Leeuwen, and then Antwerp is managed by Van Bommel. You remember him?
Yeah, I actually have Shakhtar win 1-0.
Okay. Shakhtar wins this game 1-0.
I told you the Real correct scores for Real. Was I wrong? I said 2-1.
You were not wrong at all.
This one is 1-0.
But Real ended up winning 3-2.
Did they?
Yes.
Goal difference of 1.
And at 10 p.m. we'll have Red Star Belgrade. We do not call them the Crvena Zvezda.
We have to call them that. That's what they. That's their pride. Crvena Zvezda.
So we'll have Red Star Belgrade playing Young Boys at 10 p.m. Which I have Red Star Belgrade winning that game.
Beating Young Boys.
Of course.
And Young Boys are missing some important players for them.
Okay.
Such as Benito,
Okay.
Deme and Imei.
Okay.
Crvena Zvezda. These guys never get injured.
Of course.
You cannot injure a Crvena Zvezda player.
And Dortmund will be playing Inter Milan.
So you had Crvena Zvezda winning?
Yes.
Alright.
but a 2-0 against the Young Boys.
And this group, this group is not good.
And this group is god damn. So basically, they know who's going to make it out of the group already.
Man.
Okay, because Zvezda is not going to. Young Boys are not going to. It's basically Man City and
So
Leipzig.
they are not making it out of the hood. Crvena Zvezda,
Go back home. Do you have them or Young Boys going home? And who goes into the Europa League?
I actually think Young Boys might make it to the Europa League.
Okay.
That's of course because I've watched a lot of Young Boys.
Because you
games.
play the Europa League too much as Manchester United. That's
But
the
Crvena
only way.
Zvezda,
Mhm.
shout out to them.
So, Red Star Belgrade have been given a win percentage of 47%, 26%
Home advantage?
draw. Yes, 26% draw probability, and Young Boys have a 27% chance of winning the
Because
game.
I personally think these games have a lot to do with home advantages and everything. Because you know sometimes, for example, a team like Man City
Mhm,
traveling to remote area somewhere in Serbia,
mhm.
you know, there are stadiums where they have to trains pass. They have to, the game has to stop for train to pass. You know,
In the middle of the pitch.
mafans wako kwa reli. It's tough.
Kwani ni game ya paipu. Kwani wanachezea mbakasi.
Away games are tough, you know. They are tough.
Yeah.
And some of these players, you find some of these teams, especially for those playing in the Europa League, like Liverpool,
Mhm.
you find they are part-time. Some of them are part-time gym instructors, part-time librarians.
Wameunga mbaya. Mwast the boss, shout out to you, man. Achieng. But anyway, moving on. We have Dortmund playing Inter Milan in a group that has PSG, Newcastle, Milan, and
This is
Dortmund.
not even my game of the day. My game of the day is the next game on the list.
Okay, we will get to that game. So
I know this is your game of the day.
Okay. I didn't know you spoke for me.
No, I know you are a Dortmund fan.
So actually, not really. On this day, I am fully Inter Milan. I mean AC Milan.
All right.
Yeah. We have in AC Milan being given a 34% probability of winning,
This is a tight game.
27% probability of a draw, with Dortmund with the chunk of the probability percentage with 39% due to home advantage. And I have Rafael Leao destroying Dortmund.
So you have Milan winning this.
Yes.
All right.
To get 4 points to go on top of the group if PSG lose.
But will they?
So the next game of the night
My game of the day
is Newcastle
face PSG at St. James Park.
not facing hosting.
Hosting
Mhm.
PSG at St. James Park.
So for the first time in how many years?
Many years.
St. James Park. Here's the Champions League music once more.
I'll actually
Or
be
is it
bold.
the first time?
I'll be bold with my prediction on this.
Okay.
Google says Newcastle has a 40% chance of winning.
Yes.
I'm giving PSG a 3-1 win over Newcastle.
Okay. Okay.
Newcastle are an easy team to destroy. But if you fumble, they are gonna beat you mercilessly.
Mm-hmm.
Same that with
The
Brighton.
8-0.
They beat Brighton 6-0 the other season.
This season they beat somebody 8-0. Who was it?
This new team that was promoted the other day. What from? I don't know.
You're reminding me. Did you see what the Wolves admin did after they beat City?
What did you do?
Pep Guardiola forgot. What is his name? The Korean guy.
Oh, and he said the Korean guy.
Yeah. And then the Wolves admin, once they beat them, once the Korean guy scored, he went like, Korean guy on Twitter. You know,
That was a violation.
A
Newcastle
violation.
beat Sheffield.
Yeah.
8-0.
8-0.
So if Newcastle score 3 past you, then
You're done.
You are done. Isaac, Wilson, they are coming for you.
Yeah, Almiron, they're all out now trying to get some goals.
But I do think PSG will win this
Okay.
because it reaches a point where, you know, it
have
comes
to
down to
win.
individual brilliance.
Yes.
When I look at PSG, I look at Mbappe, and I see individual brilliance right there.
Mm-hmm.
So the same way you said, Liao will destroy. Who is Liao destroying today?
Dortmund
I also think Mbappe will.
destroy Newcastle. So in this game, I agree with you. I see PSG winning with a goal margin of 3-0.
Say 3-1.
Yes. So in this group, we have PSG being the only team to win a game. Newcastle having drawn their last
Na
game.
Roho anasema 1-2-1. Roho akinena, mimi nimesema 3-1, umesema 3-0. Roho anasema
Rojo ni nani?
Roho 2-1. The spirit of football.
I want what you're using. And then
I have this feeling in my body.
you have that feeling. Newcastle drew with Milan for each to gain a point, and
They will be missing Joelinton,
Okay.
Willock, Botman, and Barnes.
okay, that might be a tough game without Sven Botman.
But PSG is also missing a lot of players with Asensio, Kipembe, Rico, Mendes, and Navas.
Okay,
Yeah.
so Dortmund are bottom of this group F with 0 points, having lost to PSG. So we wait to see what they can do tonight against Inter Milan to see if, AC Milan, to see if they can rescue their Champions League campaign. We also see tonight Man City facing RB Leipzig in Germany.
Easy game
For who?
for City.
Okay.
After disappointing results, they're gonna go out there
Yeah.
and thrash Leipzig.
So Man City have been given 56% win percentage, 56% win percentage, 54% chances of drawing, and Leipzig at home have been given a 20% chance of winning this game.
In previous games, City did beat
Leipzig.
7-0.
God damn. And Leipzig are currently on top of the group with 3 points. City second with 3 points. Red Star Belgrade with 0 points on third. And Young Boys due to goal. They both have the same goal difference. Then I think it's spelling. Alphabets. Young Boys are with 0 points as well to be bottom of the group. So in my opinion, Haaland is going back to Germany to cause havoc and destruction.
For me, this game goes 2 ways. Either 2-1 win for City, or a crazy scoreline.
I see Julian Alvarez and Haaland each getting a brace in this game.
So we are going for the crazy scoreline.
Crazy.
Alright.
And Barcelona will be in action tonight facing FC Porto.
Barcelona wins that easy.
Barcelona is on top of the group with 3 points. Number 2 is Porto with 3 points. Shakhtar Donetsk with 0 points is third, and Antwerp with 0 points is fourth. Both being separated by a goal difference. Shakhtar Donetsk has a negative 2 goal difference. Antwerp has a negative 5 goal difference. Barcelona
will be missing De Jong.
Okay.
Yeah.
He
Porto will
suffered.
be missing no one.
Okay, he suffered a injury that will have him out for a few months, I think.
Until 18th of October. He'll be
18th.
back soon.
Oh, okay. I was hoping it's a few months, but man, I hate Barcelona.
You woke up to hate, man.
I hate Barcelona. I won't lie to you. I hate Barcelona, man. And Barcelona has been given a winning percentage on 54, with 24% chances of drawing and a 22% chance that Porto upsets the Catalan Giants. What do you think?
Barcelona wins this easily for me.
Okay, I have Porto winning this game.
Alright.
Mhm.
We'll see.
Yeah, I have Porto actually causing havoc in Portugal. Do you know why? Basically, every Portuguese person hates Barcelona.
It runs in their blood.
It runs in their blood. That's why they will make sure that they do not lose to a messy region of a team. Anyway, the hate stops there. But as we continue, I see Porto topping the table tonight with 6 points. After that, we have Celtic facing Lazio in a group where Feyenoord are the only team to win with 3 points, Atletico with 1 point, Lazio with 1 point, and Celtic with 0 points.
For this, I don't know what to say. But I'll give you the correct scoreline.
Okay.
Rojo ananena. I'm giving Lazio a win over Celtic.
Okay.
A narrow one.
Okay.
2-1.
2-1 win.
Yeah.
Okay.
And this might be their possible starting lineup. Lazio.
Okay.
They'll have Provedel, Marusic, Romagnoli, Casal, Isaj, Kamada, Vecino, Alberto, Anderson, Immobile, and Zakabi.
I have Immobile being the star
of the
player
match.
of that match, him receiving the man of the match with a brace for Lazio.
Celtic might have Hart, Johnston, Philip. They have skills. Then their midfield is made up of McGregor, Hatate. They even have a player.
Wait,
called
he
Fra-
left the UFC?
Yeah, they even have a player. Come on. They even have a player called.
You even
Frahisha.
said yeah.
You know, I thought you were talking about Hatate, and that was one. They have a player called Frahisha.
Frahisha. Look, that's how much Swahili has sipped into the. Are they Irish or they're Scottish?
Palma.
Oh, they're Scottish.
And Palma will be there.
But as per Google, this is going to be a tight game with Lazio getting a win percentage of 38 and Celtic getting a win percentage of 34 and a 28% chance that they draw the game. But you can tell us what you see happening in tonight's games. Who are you betting on? Unawekelea wapi your money? Unakula na nani? And if you have the correct score of who wins,
Roho akinena.
amenena. Follow roho yake. Lakini yangu ndio ilikuwa correct. Niambia mani utanyorosha. Ulikuwa hapa very hopeful. Very very hopeful until
Ukua kidogo tu.
kidogo tu.
As we go for a short break, we are coming back to talk about Riga 23.
Riga 23. Okay.
A little bit about Riga 23. It's an athletic competition that has been going on
Yeah.
for the past few days, and Kenya has been performing well. Yeah.
Okay.
Leo sina tatizo kileo na kibembeleza kama mtoto. ID Ferrari zimebaki kwa mbosho. Wezi jua niko nunge nikipost photo. Tunawasha kiwash nikatupoloto. Kodo moto inachoma kole tacheza. Niko kwa dance floor zimeshika nikicheza. Vile napewa macho kakipofu na mamande. Mule mbaba pale nitampandisha pressure. Oops, under the influence. Mix Shen na kizungu ni too fluent. Kolabo ya Kapinga na Lumumba. Tuko mwiki kwa loko after party korunda. Under the influence. Mix Shen na kizungu ni too fluent. Kolabo ya Kapinga na Lumumba. Tuko mwiki kwa loko after party
wanajua
korunda.
chinchila ndo kabisa vile mina tisha simu zina ring kila siku tuko busy na shingo zina blink naishi dream ya shina kiwa young na mindo tuna dim usiulize kai gari na space kuna drink unaharibu keka chesa to Mercedes from Kalesa utatesa haina pressure ikwe mwaka kushika mita USD ikwe mali unafikiria niko ya ukweli na vitu naona kwa vision ndo ujue mi nanzanga kanishona mwisho KJZ na kuomba permission si kwa free na wako na mission kwa kaa mimi na ndo manate hizo vitisho zao sisikii Wanavwana kuna ingine kari.
Oops, under the influence. Mix Sheng na kizungu ni too fluent. Kolabo ya Kapinga na Lumumba. Tuko mwingi kwa loko after party korunda. Under the influence. Mix Sheng na kizungu ni too fluent. Kolabo ya Kapinga na Lumumba. Tuko mwingi kwa loko after party korunda. Nganya mpya kwa ruti kona AC ndani. Donda mali safi yanaka freshi kiplani. Kecha kwa macho tunaficha na miwani. Kuna maziwa na maji utanipata maskani. Chinchila na mife miwan kila. Mjusi kafiri ni shadow kwa Godzilla. Makreti ziletwe na tukunywa tubebe. Matamlo usilete tunakunywa kwa pembe.
Under the Influence. That was Femi One, Under the Influence, featuring Nyashinsky, her new song that is making waves. It is an amazing, amazing song, and I hope you go stream it on every platform right now. Support Kenyan music, support Kenyan talents, and support everything KE. All these acts you see, for them to get to the pinnacle. And Nyashinsky said on this song, nataka nishike 1 million USD, nikuwe pali wewe uniona niko.
Wallahi.
Yeah.
For me, Nyashinsky is one of them. If we had a Hall of Fame in Kenya, I'm having Nyashinsky there. Who do you have in the Hall of Fame?
Issa.
Issa.
Or people who are alive, that's what you're talking about.
Nah.
Okay, I'd have Munini there, number one. I'd have, obviously, Nyashinsky. I'd have Kalamashaka in there. I'd have Mr. Lenny, Gidi Gidi Maji. Yeah.
And the newest inductee to the Black Hot Fire Hall of Fame is Uncle Trench.
Who?
J. Uncle Trench. Suicide. I'd have him in the Hall
Look,
of Fame.
actually, I wouldn't put Okadinale in the Hall of Fame.
Not
yet.
Cardinal.
Yeah.
Suicide.
Suicide alone. Okay, okay.
Because he's among the only few remaining rappers who do what do I call it? Rap activism. You know?
I get you.
Rap that not just
Makes a
rap
difference.
words, you know.
Yeah.
Actually talking to people and telling them
Something.
crime hailipi Joe.
Si tuliwacha.
Bana.
Yeah.
You know, so I'll put him there as my newest inductee.
Into the Hall of Fame. Okay, okay. You can tell us who you'd put in your Hall
Would
of
be your
Fame.
newest inductee. That is for someone who's currently practicing. Let's use practicing.
Currently in the industry.
Yeah.
Oh man, I'd have Nyashinsky there.
He was already there.
So
This is a new inductee.
OG.
Nyashinsky was there.
OG. I'd have Octo there. Man, I'd have a bus. Chihuahua. I'd have, I don't know if Chihuahua is that active, but I hope we get some bodies of work from him soon. I'd also have, actually I'd have the entire Wakadinale in there, because they're actually legends in the making.
True.
You get? So if we are going to put people who are currently active and shaping the industry,
Then they have to be there.
then Wakadinale have to be at the tip of that spear.
And if we were to put but I forgot we are in a sports show. I was about to go to a whole new category of the best upcoming hip hop artists in Kenya right now.
Man, it depends with what you define as upcoming. Because I'd put Outlaw over there, I'd put Depo Dice. Ah man, there's so many acts that will make that list.
I would disagree with you on putting Outlaws on upcoming. They already up. They becoming.
Outlaw is up, but Outlaw is going somewhere that y'all ain't even see yet. Like, in my opinion, he has like 10 more gears to go, and that's coming from Brotherly Love. Like, this man has immense potential. Like,
Shout out to Outlaw.
like god damn, you know. And he's in the best stable that could possibly nurture his talent with Bad House. with Ace Damok doing that thing on those boys in that stable, they will be producing excellent music for the next foreseeable future.
So we can talk about sports and not mention music because it's one and the same thing, you know.
Sports and culture.
Circuses. They are all circuses. You know? So when we talk about circuses, we have to talk about what about before we get back to sports. But let's get back.
I'd
to
also
sports.
put Just Imagine Africa in my Hall of Fame. Yeah, just for that one song, I'd put him there. It
So,
was.
If you are to be in a detention cell for the next 20 years,
Yeah.
and you had to choose one Kenyan song to listen to, only one.
What? What?
Yeah.
Something by Suicida. Something by Suicida.
For the next 20 years.
Yeah, I'd probably say anything by Suicida.
Funny enough, I was about to say the same.
Yeah.
I would go with something like Good Morning Africa or something like Never Go to War in an Empty Stomach. You know, but my knowledge of music might be limited because I never got to experience some of the artists that you were mentioning. You know,
Okay.
people like Kala Mashaka. You know, I never got to
Really?
experience.
Man, there was K-Rapt.
I
You
know. I never got to experience Nyashinsky when he was
In Kleptomania.
In Kleptomania.
Ooh.
So my knowledge, pardon my knowledge of music, it might be recent. You know,
Gen Z.
it might be Gen Z knowledge of music. That's why.
I think I'm old enough to remember when the beat was starting. You know, I can remember a Young Nameless.
Man, that was many years ago.
I can remember reading the newspaper when they had the accident that
Killed.
Issa.
You know, when you said you put Issa in your Hall of Fame,
Yeah.
I would too, but that would be because I've heard stories of him, of how he was great. Man, Issa died. When did Issa die? 2002 or 3?
Look, let me tell you
Issa
something.
died 2 or 3.
Let me tell you something.
I was like
Yeah.
3 years, man.
Let me tell you something. Sir, this is a story. I remember when Mos came out. Okay? Mos came out and it was a weekend. Pole pole
For context sake. For
Twazienda
context
Mos
sake. Play that song.
Haraka haraka haina baraka. You know, and it came out. Oh,
Right.
man.
Our producer is telling us
We're
that
really sorry for y'all. We'll play this ourselves after the show and have a good time. But I remember it was featuring Brenda, and it came out of our weekend, and I could sing this entire song by Monday, just so that I can go flex in school about this song. Like that was man.
you know, for me, I hear, I sometimes I hear stories of Issa, and I listen to his music, the ones that are there on YouTube. So I really never got to experience him firsthand.
I experienced a young red son. You know, back when he used to anaweka ile belt hapa alafu ni kiuno tu. You know, I remember a young, I don't know if you know this show, a show that was called this VP, Through the Window, baby.
Never heard of that.
Yeah, it was by Mongolo and Dij. Ah, man.
In your opinion, is music getting better?
We are actually on an upward trajectory.
What
For
is-
a while now, we were down bad. Back when Kina Rington and Daddy Owen were ruling the charts and the airwaves, Kenya was headed on a downward spiral in every facet of music.
But it is now.
Now it is actually on the ascendancy, in my opinion.
Alright.
Yeah. We're actually about to do something amazing that will leave the world shocked.
I know.
Yeah. But anyway, as we get to the athletics,
Yes, we have been having the Riga 23. It's an inaugural
competition.
competition.
Mhm.
And we had Kenya's Perez Jepchirchir. Underline her status as one of the all-time greats by claiming a third world half marathon title on Sunday. The 30-year-old got gold
Wow.
with 1 hour 7 minutes and 25 seconds. You
Okay.
know what was interesting about this match is
Okay.
she was followed home by Margaret Chelimo
Okay.
with the silver,
Okay.
1 hour 7 minutes 26 seconds.
And the third.
And if that was not enough,
Okay.
Kathleen Amangole,
Look.
Amanangole,
Look. Wait. Dear ladies and gentlemen, if there's one of my favorite sights in sports, is an all Kenyan podium. It's happened a few times in history, and it's always been a moment of pride. So shout out to those ladies for putting the Kenyan athletics legacy where it's supposed to be, on top. Yes.
We also had Chebet win the world 5 kilometers title,
Mm-hmm.
claiming his first crown in Riga.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so we also had Beatrice Chebet winning the gold.
Mm-hmm. How many goals do we have in that competition as Kenya?
I'll confirm that, and I'm gonna tell you in a few.
Okay.
But we've been doing well,
Mm-hmm.
apart from just one game where we were beaten by an Ethiopian. And
So
that's
the-
still,
Did we get silver or bronze?
yeah, actually, Ethiopia's Deribe Welteji
Mm-hmm.
turned the tables on Kenya's Faith Kipyegon to win the women's world mile title in a world record time of 4 hours 20 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that's Kipyegon came second.
Mm-hmm.
But talking about Kipyegon, this is a world class athlete right there. Won the 1,500 meter race in where was he? Was it in Budapest? Yeah, in Budapest.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So she's been in the world stage doing great. Only
Mhm.
fell short to another African. So
Mhm.
it's all home.
DJ Flani,
And
welcome.
congratulations to Welteji.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
For winning. Ethiopia has always challenged us when it comes to the long distance, but it's a welcome challenge because in sport or in life generally.
And in other news, America's Kessler won he also
The 100
won-
meters.
Of course.
Look, I have a theory.
No, it was actually not 100 meters.
How many?
It
what?
was they're saying mile victory. I'll confirm the time because I said it's not 100 meters because he set a record of 3 hours 56 minutes. And actually it was under 20 though. Kenya's Leonard Kipkorir Cheruiyot
Uh-huh.
was third in that race.
Okay.
So shout out to Kessler,
Mm-hmm. Shout out to you. Shout out to you, man.
Hobbs Kessler.
Hobbs Kessler. Hey, is he white?
He is.
What? We were beaten by a white guy.
Yes, Hobbs Kessler in a long distance race.
He was doping. I swear.
Wait until you hear who the second person was.
Who?
Britain's Callum Edson.
Is he still white? I swear they're doping. Or they're training in E10. That's the only excuse.
And number 3 was former world record holder Sam Praki. White.
Wait, what race is that?
I'm not sure because our Leonard Kipkorir was 4th. South Africans Ryan Mfalele.
Look, first of all, that doesn't even sound real. Okay? Shout out to Americans and all, but in long distance, the minute you start winning is the minute I question.
They doped.
It's the minute I question if you're doping or not.
No way. There's no way.
Okay, because what do you mean you're beating Kenyans in long distance races?
That-
Kenyans sisi ndio wale watu. Sisi ndio tunajua kukimbia long distance.
What do you mean?
Una beat Kipyegon at long distance races. There is never such thing.
And
Yeah.
so, in case you're not seeing me,
Kama uoni the movie.
the angle is gonna be on Kamlesh until you finish the show.
Nah, we can see you. We can see you. We can see you. Don't worry.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, we can see you. Yeah, but anyway, as we end the show with the sports roundup for today, we wanna encourage all the teams that are not getting beaten. We wanna
Participate in the beating, man.
participate in the
Do not be left behind. Teams are getting beaten.
be beaten.
Claim your spot.
Is the
Now,
beaten.
That's the beating. The beating is
That goes to
that goes to
Tottenham.
Tottenham and Tottenham alone.
It's just Tottenham.
It's just Tottenham.
God damn. So kama
But
kawaida
for
Tottenham
Tottenham,
wako
they
solo.
don't have to lose because your time is coming.
They're about to Tottenham.
It's the history of Tottenham.
But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us today. It is 10 minutes to the top of the hour, and we will be ending the show with on that note. Join us tomorrow as we talk
Tomorrow is a
about
Thursday.
on a Thursday, yes, and just to
We'll be talking something TBT maybe.
yeah, we'll be throwing it back to great sports moments, great moments where athletes or sportsmen broke the societal norm.
And in case you are wondering why we talked about music and a lot, we'll be throwing a little bit of entertainment in our shows, you know.
Yeah.
It's all about circuses. So we'll be talking a little bit of entertainment also, but mainly sports.
Wise man says usitaje jina ya Tottenham walituibia. That is a Liverpool fan right
And by
there.
the way, before we end the show,
Yeah.
Tottenham Liverpool might be replayed. But
Klopp.
this is what I have to say before we end the show.
Yes,
It shouldn't be replayed. For this one reason,
which is
setting precedence.
so Klopp has come out and called for the game to be replayed. We are waiting to see what the Premier League decides on this. If it is replayed, then
It
I
should
want
never.
our the game with Tottenham replayed as
That's
well.
what I'm talking about.
Yes.
Precedence. Now every team will be.
Ati waliwaibia mbaya, mlibiwa na ref, hamkuibiwa
Si
na
Tottenham.
Tottenham. Ni
Ni
ref
kwenu
na
ni ref.
VAR waliwaibia, hamkulipa pesa, mmeacha kubribe.
Waliona sana akisema ni offside. Mbona mnavuruga Tote bure?
Mafans wa Liverpool wanakuanga always bitter. But wise man, join us tomorrow as we discuss Liverpool's Europa League participation. What were Europa?
We'll be discussing. We have been discussing serious teams for the last 3 days. So tomorrow we shift a little bit. You know, all. We can't be serious each and every day.
Lazima tuongelee Liverpool na Europa League. Yeah, hizi
But
small
shout out
teams.
to Liverpool and to what's his name?
His name is Wise Man.
And shout out to Wise Man.
He says corruption. Walilipa ref. Hey,
Tottenham does not have the capacity
to pay.
to pay.
It is a poor club with 0 trophies. Before Big Ange, they had no future. But anyway, thank you so much for joining us. We will be discussing the Europa League games tomorrow. We'll be giving you the results of the Champions League games tonight. As the small teams play Europa and Conference League. Yes, I'm talking to you, wise man. But this time round, Liverpool is on fire. Watch this space. Yes, Liverpool is playing amazing football. And
That's
one,
why I actually have them as title contenders.
yes, and if there's one thing they did correct was sign Szoboszlai.
Zoboszlai is
Lie.
an amazing player.
Yes.
Shout out to
I hope he gets an
Zoboszlai.
injury soon. So, but what they are cooking too well.
Zoboszlai is cooking.
He's cooking too well. We need Liverpool injected with the injury crisis that is currently facing Manchester United. You know. But anyway, thank you so much, everybody. Thank you to Wise Man. Thank you to everybody that joined us on TikTok.
Lando Winter.
Ati Wise Man says watuibie wasituibie bado tutawin ligi. I like the delusions of grandeur that you have, Wise Man. Till tomorrow, cheers.
Jasho ya